Let's talk about booleans in PHP. What are booleans? A boolean variable can only take a value of true or false. So it's usually used in if statements. There, whether something is true or false, based on that, it will decide what to do. The program decides what to do. Now let's create two variables. The first one is a value of true, boolean value of true, and the second one is false. If you want to convert a boolean value to a string, it will be either 1 or 0. True become 1 and false become 0, or true becomes 1 and false become an empty string. Let's see here. If you want to echo these two values as a string, as you can see here, the first one is, which the bool 1 was true, is showing 1, and the second one is an empty string. Another concept is the concept of null. Null is a value that shows nothing or the state of being empty. It's not an empty value, but it's something that if a situation does not have a value or does not comply to a situation, in that situation we have a null value. Let's consider these three variables. As you can see here, we have an integer, a string, and a null value. Now, if a variable is set or it has a value, it will say that it has a value and it is set. If it does not have a value or it has a value of null, then we say it is not set. We can check a value whether it's null or not by using the function called isSet. In this case, as you can see, variable 1, 2 is set and the second one is not set. As you can see here, nothing is shown here. The false becomes an empty string, and for the others, the result becomes true, and which we convert to a string. That's why it's showing 1. So isSet function will return true if a value has set a value, and it will return false if it has a null value. Now, let's consider the variable 1 to be removed. As you can see here, I removed the variable 1. And if I want to check the isSet function, as you can see here, it's also showing an empty string, or the result is false. The isSet function remove a variable, and because it was removed, and the value given to the isSet function is a null value. Now let's consider this one. There is a difference between the null value and an empty value. For example, as you can see here, we have the var1, its result is true, and the var4 is also the result is 4. So the variable, the var4 is also result is true, because both are empty values. Empty function consider a value as empty if it is null or it is empty string. So as you can see here, we have the var4 as null. It's also showing the result true because it's an empty value, and also var1 because it does not exist, so it is an empty value.